It was a great week in the title race, at least for Real Madrid, who are now first in La Liga, 3 points clear of Barcelona. It's the first time that they've led the table in around 13 rounds since the beginning of October, Ali, as they won at Valladolid thanks to Nacho's goal. A disappointing result for Barcelona and a defeat for Quique Setien. How did you view the weekend's results?
Let's start with Barcelona for a second. If we go back to last week when they played against Granada, the conversation was, well, look at all the passing. We completed 1,000 passes. We did this. We did that. Now we're back to the identity of Barcelona because we control the possession of the ball. Well, they control the possession of the ball against Valencia. But here's the thing. I don't care how many passes you complete if most of them are sideways and backwards, and sideways and backwards, and you don't threaten, and you don't move a team around in a way in which you turn them around or you're moving side to side and you're able to find those gaps. And so that movement of the ball and that possession has to be with some speed, has to be with purpose, has to mean something. It was meaningless possession for Barcelona. It was possession for the sake of possession. And once again, we come back to a very basic principle with this version of Barcelona. Either Lionel Messi has a great game and they win the match, or he has an okay game and they struggle to win, and in this case lose. To go back to the possession for a second, while they completed 800 passes or so against Valencia, it didn't really matter when Valencia in 2 passes they were attacking and scoring goal-scoring opportunities on the other side. And the counter-attack, turning the ball over in bad areas and allowing Valencia to go in 1v1 situations, and now Valencia looked the more dangerous team. That has to change for Barcelona. I understand that you want to possess the ball and you want to control the game with possession, but there has to be a purpose with that possession. And, oh, by the way, when things are not going great, you have to be able to grind and you have to be able to find ways to get results, which, taking it to Real Madrid, that's exactly what they did against Valladolid. It wasn't perfect. And it hasn't been perfect for a while for Real Madrid. There's been moments where you think, well, this team is vulnerable, and yet they find ways to grind out results. And they've had injuries and suspensions and what have you, and yet Zidane's team, he puts them out there, they're organized, they look solid defensively, and they do just enough offensively, but it's 3 points. So if you're Barcelona, for all the possession, you get 0 points. If you're Real Madrid, a little bit more pragmatic, a little bit more efficient and effective with whatever possession they have and whatever chances they do create, they go and win the game, and now they're leading the table.
How difficult is it going to be for Quique Setien to get those players to step up? Let's say we take it at face value. He's bringing the Barcelona back to Barcelona, the possession football. How easy is it going to be for them to now take the next step out of midfield to make more movement off the ball, to make more dynamic runs off the ball, not just Messi?
Well, and I'll go back to Setien and what he did in these first 3 games. He tried to go into a back 3. In this game against Valencia, started off with a back 3, and then on the outside was Ansu Fati, and then on the other side was Jordi Alba. All right, that's the way he wants to play, so be it. But they were getting destroyed. And they were getting destroyed on the counter, and if they lose the ball in a bad area, there is no recovery because Ansu Fati is an attacking player. He doesn't want to come back all the way over here to defend. And Jordi Alba is the only outlet that you have down the left-hand side that gives you true width. So it's a team that becomes very central, and when those balls are playing in behind into wider areas, now that forces Sergio Roberto to go out wide, Umtiti to go out wide, Piqué to cover in behind, and now you get exposed. That's the first problem. And so Setien, to his credit, he said, okay, wait a minute, we're having an issue with this. So he went to a back 4 in the middle of the game. He made an adjustment. All right, fantastic. But this is the question I will ask. He made that adjustment in which now they were playing a 4-3-3, and brings Vidal to play sort of an underneath striker type thing, kind of a false 9, and a midfielder that supports in the attack and attracts attention away from Lionel Messi. Great. This is no different than whatever Valverde was doing. You see? So we started, this is how we're going to change. And then we ended up going back to Valverde and whatever Valverde was doing, because that's what this team felt comfortable doing in this game against Valencia. It didn't work either way. But my point is, either it's Valverde or Setien, they have issues. There are vulnerabilities through the midfield, controlling that possession, but make it dynamic possession. And then, if you're Antoine Griezmann and you're asked to play in a central role because Luis Suarez is not available, then stay in a central role. Don't go wander about because you're getting frustrated that you're not touching the ball. No. Make yourself available with little runs, in behind, underneath, a little diagonal movement, kind of like you did against Ibiza and scored a goal because you did that. Do that, and then Barcelona gives themselves a better opportunity. But here's the thing. Whether it's Valverde, whether it's Setien, at some point, you got to look at the players and you have to say, wait a minute. We're short a couple here. And we're depending on that guy, on Lionel Messi, to be the player all the time. Somebody else has to take that pressure off of him as well.
Okay, so there's personnel traits that are causing some of their vulnerabilities. How comfortable are Real Madrid? How comfortable will they be at keeping to that game plan, as you mentioned, of going to Valladolid and basically being very efficient? Can they see this through?
I do think that Real Madrid now is trending in an upward direction, and they feel far more comfortable with what they're doing. There's players that are going to come back from injury, and then you're going to find Hazard in a better position, a better situation, and you think, okay, well, this is not even the best version of Real Madrid, and yet they're top of the league. But I also think that there are vulnerabilities about Real Madrid. And so if I'm Barcelona, I'm thinking, you know what, let's just grind a couple of results. Just string a couple of results together, build some confidence, and put some pressure. Just let Real Madrid know that we're here and see what Real Madrid is long term. Short term, they seem to have figured it out. Long term, we'll see about what Real Madrid becomes, because the reason that they're only 3 points ahead of a struggling Barcelona is because Real Madrid has had their early struggles as well. Maybe they've turned the corner, but let's just wait and see on Real Madrid just yet, because their best version is not out there yet. Barcelona's best version is not out there yet, and yet they seem to be the only teams that have a chance at winning this.
Okay, so we'll see what a busy February brings for both of these sides competing for the title. It's advantage Real Madrid at the moment, but as Ali says, it's a slim advantage at best.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.